and the City Girls are out in front of us courtside and warming up for the broadcast. I bring in the president of the AFL-CIO, Pat Eiding, who joins me up in the broadcast booth. Pat, what an unbelievable moment to watch unfold. I stand here still with goosebumps when you see that moment occur.
And Joe, that's the essence of what it's all about. You know, these kids that are high school kids that are very talented, we make sure that they hear from us, whether it's one-on-one or at the dinner that we have every year with the families and the parents and the players, that they're through the grace of God able to do what many people can't do. And so they come out on this great day, 31 years, as you said, and they put it all out on the floor for such a great cause. And we see that unfold when, we see a lot of beef out there with the union players. And
It's all good and all fun, though, right?
But you know what? We really appreciate the folks coming from the media and the alumni, young ladies from the local school to go out there and put that out there for, again, that same cause. But at the end of that day, no matter what the score is, it's 2 points or 1 point away from final. And a young person that has many issues, but you can tell, enjoy the game, enjoy the fact that there's a ball passed around. And as those big, bulky players stand there and raise that child up to put that last point in the basket, if it don't get you, you can't be human. You can't be human. And you and I on the radio, we talk about so much that, and I had to put a plug in for labor because this is the kind of stuff labor does so unrecognized all the time. They care about people and they put themselves out for people, and this is just a tremendous example.
I know, and I know it's so hard to get the labor community to be willing to put the spotlight on the union community. But Pat, you've heard me say it. I stand in awe of the unconditional commitment that goes into this game, the longevity of the game, the amount of money that is raised by all of the unions that participate, the sizable check that's donated to Blossom Philadelphia, formerly UCP of Philadelphia, the scholarship money that's provided for the participants, and on and on and on.
And the work, Joe, that goes into it is so, this is a great day. And first of all, this team, these kids that are going out, how they're girls, they're going to show you a little bit how basketball is played. So it's a great day to be here because it's good basketball. The first game's fun. But the boys and the girls that come out and they literally put their talent out there. But behind the scenes, the folks that, the girls at the Liz O'Neill at the building trades and Wayne and all our people, every one of us that get our face in the paper or we're out here, we have a group of people behind us that do all this great work. And this goes out seamlessly every year because when you come here this day, you don't know the work that went into this. This lady, Allison, is running around crazy to make sure everything's just perfect. It's all for one cause, to make sure that there's money, that these kids can have a better life. And who knows, maybe something better down the road. We never know with the science that's out there. And you and I, we've talked about this before, whether it's this or, a lift a vet. With the elevator constructors, very quietly, for many years, we're putting money together with a little golf outing to help veterans who needed a chair or maybe an elevator, and they did that very quietly. But because we talked about it a little bit finally, they're doing well because they're able to do more work for the vets that they couldn't do before. So there's been a couple other things, and I credit you and your station, but you said it a minute ago. The labor people are just laid back, and they do this because it's the right thing to do, and they don't look for a lot of recognition. And quite honestly, I think folks ought to stop for a minute and pay attention. John Doherty can't be here today because of his personal situations, but so much of John Doherty is invested in this.
I almost could feel him here in the gymnasium.
Absolutely, and in fact, I was fortunate enough to throw the first ball out, and right up to the minute of the game, I was waiting to see if John showed, because if John showed, he deserved to throw that ball up. And, his wife is in McGee, and God bless her, she's coming along, and he's got some other issues. And John keeps plugging, and one of the things he plugs for always is something for somebody else.
All right, well said. We're talking to Pat Eiding, president of the AFL-CIO. We'll break for just a quick second here as the national anthem is being played. Pat, I know you've got a busy afternoon today, and I want to thank you. And I want to send that thank you to you throughout the entire labor community. Now 31 years strong with the All-Star Labor Classic.
Thanks, Joe. We appreciate it.
We'll take a short 30-second break. We'll come back with the starting lineups for the All-Star Labor Classic. Back in a moment. Back here live on the campus of the University of the Sciences. A good Sunday afternoon, and welcome in to News Talk 990 across the Jacob Media Radio Network. Today it's the 31st annual All-Star Labor Classic. Special thanks to Pat Eiding, president of the AFL-CIO, who joined us in our opening pregame show to set the stage for you for what's going to unfold today. And behind the microphone, calling all of the action. I'm about ready to anoint him the official voice of all of the best basketball that's played in the city of Philadelphia, including the PCL Basketball Championship. Ari Bluestein joining us again here at Courtside for the 31st annual All-Star Labor Classic. Ari, a good Sunday afternoon, brother.
Thank you for that phenomenal introduction, Joe. And it's great to be here at the University of the Sciences down here in West Philadelphia. And, this is going to be a really fun day. And it was a great start to the day, as you mentioned, Joe, with the union versus the media, and then, of course, the big finish at the end with the bucket by the young woman with cerebral palsy. Lifted her up, and she scored the winning bucket. And that's really what it's all about today. We are raising funds for charity, and at the same time, we get to see some of the best girls and boys basketball players in the city.
31 years now strong, over $3 million donated to Now Blossom Philadelphia, formerly UCP. And Ari, I know you were part of the live broadcast and part of the game over the last 2 seasons. We've got some talent on the floor that are going to play. The girls' game's going to tip off momentarily, followed by the boys' game. All student athletes out here in front of us, talented student athletes who are playing for a worthy cause today, and you'll get an opportunity to call some good basketball.
Yeah, we certainly are. And you take a look at these girls who are up first and even the boys later. These are seniors who are playing in their final basketball game as high schoolers here, and a lot of them moving on to play Division I basketball and Division II and 3 college basketball as well. On the suburban side, who's wearing the light Carolina blue, you have some really good players. Taylor O'Brien from Plymouth Whitemarsh, she's going to play at Bucknell. Then you have Mackenzie Gardler from Cardinal O'Hara, PCL champion 2 years in a row. She's going to play at Villanova. You have Maura Hendrickson, also from O'Hara. She's going on to play at Drexel University. Kate Connolly from Souderton High School, also going on to play at Drexel University. Then on the city side, I know it's not 100% city. They had to kind of mix some other players in here, but you have some good players. Bridget Archidiacono from Archbishop Wood. Katie May, also from Archbishop Wood. A couple of other really good players like Carly Huggard from Little Flower and Celine Toman from St. Hubert's, and then Becca Margolis, the lone representative from Council Rock North. So a lot of really good, talented players, and again, they're playing in what is their final organized game as a high school basketball player.
What an unbelievable way for these great players to go out and to finish up their high school career, and for those players who are going on to play collegiately, it just gives you a real indication of the quality of the individuals who are participating in this game. And I take us back just a year ago to the game that was played at Philadelphia University a year ago, the 30th annual. A couple players that played in that game we watched in the NCAA tournament, certainly, and all of these athletes get an unbelievable experience here this afternoon.
Yeah, they certainly do. And Jefferson, now it's named Jefferson University. It was a great venue, but the University of Sciences has done a great job. What great organization for everybody here at this great university here at Bobby Morgan Arena. Done a great job with the organization of the event. We're staying on schedule, which is great. And we're about to see some really good high school girls basketball between some of the top players, not only in this area, but in the state. We have a state champion as well with Jennifer Krimp from Jenkintown High School, who won the smallest school state championship. So a lot of great accomplished players here stepping foot on this floor here at Bobby Morgan Arena.
Ari Bluestein and Joe Krause coming to you from the University of Sciences. As Ari said, we get ready for the ceremonial tip to get the girls' game underway. Don't forget the boys' game will follow, as we got an afternoon of basketball across the Jacob Media Radio Network on News Talk 990. We come to you this afternoon, and we're glad to be here. This is one of those events where we're calling a basketball game, and we get the ability to enjoy and to watch and see how everything really unfolds. But it really is the meaning behind the basketball game that makes such a big statement this afternoon.
It really does, as we are underway with the opening tip here, and it is the Suburban girls in the light Carolina blue against the City girls in the dark blue. And with it now is number 23, Nia Garrison, and she misses the first shot of the game. Nia Garrison from Monsignor Bonner Archbishop Prendergast High School down in Drexel Hill. And here's a steal by the Suburban girls team, and that was Maura Conroy from Germantown, Gwynedd Mercy, and she dishes it to Mackenzie Gardler, and Gardler with the first points of the game. The O'Hara player and Villanova commit, so 2-0 Suburban, leading over to City here to start things off here in the opening quarter. With it now is number 14, Nija Moody from New Foundations, and dishes it outside. And here's a long two from Britt James from Abington High School. No good, but the offensive rebound by the City squad. And then a shot thrown up by Moody, no good. And now Gardler comes away with a rebound for the Suburbs. Leads up to her high school teammate, Mara Hendrickson, dishes it right back to Gardler. Her three goes in and out. Offensive rebound putback is good from Nia Garrison from Bonner Prendy. 4-0 Suburbs. And City throws it away as James has her pass stolen by Gardler. She goes inside against Erin Morgan of Archbishop Wood and lays it in for two. So an early 6-0 start for the Suburban squad. City team with the basketball. Into the corner it goes. Down low to number 13, Katie May of Archbishop Wood. A drive and one for Celine Tobin from St. Hubert. And she will get a bucket and a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play as the City team finally on the board here with 6:22 remaining here in the opening quarter here at U Sciences. Celine Tobin out of St. Hubert misses it. Offensive rebound tipped out by Katie May, goes all the way out to Nija Moody. Moody out of New Foundations High School. Morgan, the kick out. That went to Tobin, now into the corner. Here's a three by James off the mark, and Kate Connolly out of Souderton, the Drexel commit, with the defensive rebound. Suburbs the other way. The drive, the kick out. It's a Connolly jumper, top of the key, a little bit short. Rebound gets deflected to the City team, and Britt James. Outlet up ahead, a little bit too far there for Celine Tobin. And picking it up is Maura Conroy out of Gwynedd Mercy. Gardler, the kick out to her high school teammate Hendrickson, who misses the three. Defensive rebound by Katie May of Archbishop Wood. And the good thing is these girls have played against each other all year, but in a game where this is all about charity, some smiles on the faces of these very competitive players. Katie May, the kick out to Erin Morgan, who spots up for three and drills it. So the Archbishop Wood connection, Katie May to Erin Morgan. And it's a 1-point game, 6-5, Suburbs with the lead and the ball. Hendrickson tried to pass it. It was knocked out of bounds by Nija Moody. So it will stay with the Suburban team, 5:11 remaining here in quarter number one. Kick out outside. Goes to Mackenzie Gardler. Into the corner. Here's a three attempt from Garrison. It's short. Moody with a rebound for the City team. Here they go the other way. Moody now up top to Britt James. James with a good crossover, then a kick out. This is a Moody three. It's a little short. Defensive rebound by Garrison of Bonner Prendy, and Maura Hendrickson the other way for the Suburbs. Kicks it to Connolly, her future Drexel Dragon teammate. Now Gardler to Connolly, who airballs a baby jumper. Offensive rebound, Gardler, and Hendrickson drills the three off the pass from Gardler. 4-point lead, 9-5. Suburbs over to City. City team with the basketball in the dark blue. Nyjah Moody. Nice little pick and roll, but the pass attempted to Celine Tobin was knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with the City. Wholesale changes. 10 new players arriving on the floor. For the Suburban team, first time we see Taylor O'Brien, the star from Plymouth Whitemarsh, and Bucknell commit. Molly Massiantonio, Archbishop Carroll player who had a great playoff run and great state run. Number 42, Brianna Cypress from Friends Central. Number 11, Dana D'Ambrosio from Ridley High School, also into the game for the Suburbs. City with the basketball. Number 1, Denisha Wilson from Auden Reed Charter into the game. Bridget Archidiacono, another Archbishop Wood Viking in the game as well. Mackenzie Tinner from Council Rock North High School into the game. As the Suburbs have the basketball, and the first jumper taken by D'Ambrosio from Ridley High School is a little bit too strong, and the City with a defensive rebound. Under 4 to play, so just past the midway point of quarter number 1 here in the 31st Annual All-Star Labor Classic at the University of the Sciences. Archidiacono driving baseline, good pass, kick out. This goes to number 21, Cheryl Ramold from St. Basil Academy. That one's off the back rim from the top of the key. No good. Offensive rebound by Daniel McCurdy. And the City working it around. Archidiacono into the corner to Wilson. And a little bit of a travel there for Wilson. And we'll go back to the Suburban squad. 9-5. Suburbs with the lead over to City. It's been all Catholic League dominated so far. All 14 points have come from players playing in the PCL. With the PCL being in the City and the Suburbs, they've been split up a little bit between the two squads, as the corner 3 for the Suburbs taken by Taylor O'Brien is off the mark. Rebound by the City. They're on the run. Nice bounce pass. Archidiacono lays it up and in off the pass from Mackenzie Tinner of Council Rock North. Cuts the lead in half. Suburbs trying to score on the fast break, and they do, as a baby jumper hit and good by Jennifer Kremp of Jenkintown High School into the game for the first time. And as we mentioned, Jenkintown, the Class A small school champion in girls basketball in the state of Pennsylvania. 11-7 is the score. Suburbs with the lead. City with the basketball. We had a foul called on Brianna Cypress out of Friends Central, and it will be an inbound for the City team. Archidiacono now swings it over onto the wing. The cutter is hit. Ramoldi. Great look, backdoor, and laid up and in by Bridget Archidiacono. Her second bucket, she's got 4. And back to a 2-point lead for the Suburbs. Suburbs have led throughout. They've got the basketball. Massiantonio, step back top of the key, drills it, and it's a 3. Molly Massiantonio hits it, and Suburbs now up 5, 14-9. Cross-court skip pass, Archidiacono, and her pass goes to Juliana Gura from St. Basil. And Mackenzie Turner with that offensive rebound put back. Quickly the other way, O'Brien missing the layup. And the City with a rebound. City down 3, $1:40 to go here in the opening quarter of the All-Star Labor Classic. And all alone in the post and not even realizing it was Gura. And now here's a hook shot. Nice move by Mackenzie Tinner of CR North. That's a 1-point game. Suburbs with the ball and the lead. $1.50 to go here in the opening quarter. O'Brien hits D'Ambrosio. D'Ambrosio going in. The kick out into the corner. It's a Cypress long 2. Rebound bounced around. Eventually comes to Denisha Wilson out of Auden Reed Charter. Nice job leading the fast break. A couple of passes, and Archidiacono drops it in. She's got 6, and the City squad with their first lead of the game, 15-14 with a minute to play. Oh, and that is very short-lived, as hanging back door is Jennifer Kremp, dropping it in for 2 off a nice pass. 16-15. Suburbs back in front, under a minute remaining here in the first quarter. Denisha Wilson. Kick out. Ramoldi Now Archidiacono, and she tried to pass it into the corner to Wilson. It was knocked out of bounds by Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonial Taylor O'Brien.
36 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Tinner. Oh, and it's a steal by O'Brien. And she's going to coast in for the layup, but she missed it. Easy, too, and O'Brien probably wants that one back. City with the basketball, down 1. 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And that pass underneath is stolen again by Taylor O'Brien on the pass by Archidiacono. Now going up ahead, and a double dribble is called on Jennifer Kremp, the Jenkintown Drake and Class A state champ. 12 and a half seconds remaining here in quarter number 1. City gets the ball back. They are down by 1. Jogging it up the floor is Denisha Wilson. Kicks it into the corner, Archidiacono. 4 seconds, 3, she drives in. Kick out, Wilson around O'Brien, puts it up at the horn, no good. And that will end the first quarter with the Suburbs leading the City 16-15 here in the 31st Annual All-Star Labor Classic.
All right, Ari, good job in that opening quarter. We'll take a short commercial break. It's the 31st Annual All-Star Labor Classic being presented by the Philadelphia Building Trades as we come to you from the University of the Sciences. We'll take a 30-second break and then join you back here live on News Talk 990 across the Jacob Media Radio Network. Perched up on the second level of the Bobby Morgan Arena, along with Ari Bluestein, I'm Joe Kraus, broadcasting you the game live today on News Talk 990, home of the high school sports show, where I shout out to my partner, Rich Henkels, who couldn't be here today, but Ari Bluestein bringing you all of the energized action. Ari, and you get ready for the second quarter. First quarter, a 16-15 lead. These athletes do compete. They come, and we know it's an all-star game and everything else, but they do compete and they do play to win.
Well, you know, the funny thing is the last time I was a part of the Jacob Media Radio Network broadcast was with the Philadelphia Catholic League Championships at the Palestra. Much different atmosphere here today. Same players, a lot of the same players, but much more relaxed. Season's over, states are over, but they're having fun and still have those competitive juices going just a little bit.
All right, all good stuff as the second quarter gets underway. I'll turn the microphone back over to Ari Bluestein. We're going to talk to Wayne Miller from the Philadelphia Building Trades in just a moment. A couple of good guests coming up at halftime. We'll hear from some of the players in the second half as well and set the table for the boys' game, which will follow the girls' game here this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Joe Kraus. And opening 15 seconds of the second quarter, neither team has scored as of yet. Both teams have made some substitutions. We're seeing some new faces here. Alexa Nasons from Germantown Academy coming into the game. And there's a nice rebound for the Suburbs by Nia Garrison. And Garrison drops 2. City with the basketball. It's a 3-point lead for the Suburbs. Spin move and lost inside for Kayla Russell out of Archbishop Ryan, who's into the game for the first time. And in transition, the attempted pass to Catherine Polisano out of Germantown Academy as well. The pass was knocked away, but the Suburbs will keep it. Here's Polisano off the inbound jumper short. Rebound by Russell. But taking it right back is Polisano, and she drops it in for 2. 4 straight for the Suburbs to start the second quarter. They're up 5, 20-15. And now with the ball are the City squad, and Becca Margulis out of Council Rock North into the game, as is now Mackenzie Tinner. And dropping it in for 2. That's actually Danielle McCurdy out of Archbishop Ryan, as there's 2 number 24s, and that's kind of what we get here in the All-Star game. And Turner, who made the shot, got fouled and completes the old-fashioned 3-point play. So 20-18 is your score. Suburbs with the ball and a 2-point lead. Kick into the corner by Maura Conroy. Now swinging it around. Polisano missing the 3. And a good rebound by McCurdy. The Archbishop Ryan ragdown as she steals it away. And we have a jump ball, as tying it up was Alexa Nasons. And Danielle Turner. So the possession arrow was in favor of the Suburbs, so they will get the ball back with 6:23 remaining here in the second quarter. Margulis, the kick out. Check that. That was Conroy, the kick out to Polisano. Nasons dishes it off to Carly Heineman out of Gwynedd Mercy, who is into the game for the first time. Nice little up and under, beautiful move, but Nia Garrison can't finish. Here comes the City the other way. Good ball fake, the drive through traffic, counted, and the foul for Samantha Brusha out of Abington High School. So Samantha Brusha out of Abington. The Galloping Ghosts. She's tied it up at 20 and potentially can give the City the lead, and they do. As she makes the free throw and completes the old-fashioned three-point play. Second lead of the game for the City squad as they're up 21-20. Opening couple of minutes of the second quarter. Polisano, the kick out. This is Maura Conroy. Catherine Polisano, the floater short. Tried to go over top of Danielle McCurdy, and it goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Suburbs. Last touched by Turner. Oh, and the inbounds pass goes over the head of Maura Conroy, and it goes out of bounds right near midcourt. And it will go back to the City squad with 5:42 remaining here in quarter number 2. City with the basketball. Danielle McCurdy dishes it off to her fellow Archbishop Brian Ragdoll, Kayla Russell. McCurdy looking for Russell again as she drove in, tried to drop it down low on the right block, but it goes out of bounds, and it will go back to the Suburban All-Stars. 31st Annual All-Star Labor Classic live from the University of the Sciences Bobby Morgan Arena. Thank you for joining us here across the Jacob Media Radio Network. Nice spin move and dropping it in with a left hand is Alexa Nasons. And here's a kick out. Turner with a 3, and it's off the mark. Rebound gets deflected to Polisano of the Suburbs. Up ahead, and the layup is blocked. Good hustle by Kayla Russell as Carly Heineman attempting that shot. Inbound for the Suburbs. Jumper off the mark for Nasons, and the rebound to Samantha Brusha. City team on the run. And a traveling violation on Danielle McCurdy, lifting up that pivot foot before moving with the basketball. (22-21), Suburbs with a 1-point lead. The drive, the left hand, and the runner is good for Maura Conroy. 24-21 is the score. City the other way, and returning the favor is Becca Margolis out of Council Rock North. Back to a 1-point lead for the Suburbs, and back we go the other way. And that pass is intercepted. Polisano threw it away. Margolis with the steal. Going in over Heineman off the glass, too strong. Got her own rebound. The City will keep it. The kick out outside. Kayla Russell short on the 3. Floorboard picked up by Nia Garrison. And now it's time for our wholesale substitutions. 10 in, 10 out. O'Brien, Gardler, Hendrickson, Connolly, and Cypress all back in for the Suburbs. For the City, James, Moody, Aaron Morgan, Katie May, all back in for the City team, as well as Juliana Gora. And Brianna Cypress with the bucket for the Suburbs, putting the Suburbs back up 3. Drive, and as Gora was falling down, tried to pass it to Morgan, but she lost it out of bounds, and we'll go back to the Suburbs. Past the midway point of quarter number 2, and the Suburbs with a 3-point lead over the City, 26-23. Gardler, an open look from the right wing, drills the 3. And the future Villanova Wildcat with 7 points here in the first half. 6-point advantage for the Suburbs. City team with the basketball. Katie May going down low. Nice little give and go. May with a left-handed runner drops it in. Katie May and the Archbishop Wood Vikings finishing as the runners-up at the PIAA 5A state level, falling short in that state championship game to Mars High School over in the Pittsburgh area. And here's a steal by the City team. They're down 4. On the run is Nija Moody. Up off the glass, too strong. Rebound by Taylor O'Brien. And here comes the Suburbs the other way. They have numbers if they hurry. O'Brien pulls up. Baby jumper with a left hand. Hit it. First bucket for the future Bucknell Bison, Taylor O'Brien out of Plymouth White Marsh High School. Back to a 6-point lead for the Suburbs, 31-25. O'Brien creating another steal, knocking it away, and Connolly got it. Now O'Brien the other way, and the runner uncontested. No good, falling off the rim to Katie May out of Archbishop Wood. 2.5 to play here in quarter number 2. Cross-court skip pass, Gora Morgan launching the three from the left wing off the front rim, no good. Rebound by Mackenzie Gardler. Here she goes the other way. Leaves it for her fellow O'Hara Lion, Hendrickson, and she drills the 10-footer. Hendrickson, her second field goal. She's got 5. 8-point advantage for the Suburbs, their largest lead of the game. Good pump fake by Nija Moody out of New Foundations, and she gets the runner to go off the glass. Back to a 6-point lead for the Suburbs, under 2 to play till halftime. Gardler, pump fake on the wing, goes in, around Katie May, no good. And the rebound by Gora, but she lost it out of bounds, so it will stay with the Suburban team. Gardler will take the inbound, lobs it up for O'Brien. Back to Gardler, corner 3, short. Floorboard, Juliana Gora out of St. Basil Academy. Gora lobs it, looking for Morgan, but it was deflected out of bounds by a player in the Carolina blue jersey for the Suburbs, so it will stay with the city team. 1:37 remaining here in the second quarter. 33-27 is your score, Suburbs with the lead over to City here in the girls' game of the 31st Annual All-Star Labor Classic, live from the University of the Sciences. Katie May inbounds at the Britt James, tried to get it down low, knocked away, but James got it back. The runner floated with the right hand, airballed it, got her own rebound. Could be a self-pass, but it was not called. And now Gora going in. A couple of pump fakes, falls down. Katie May, one more for her Wood teammate Erin Morgan, who comes up short on the 3. And the rebound by Brianna Cypress out of Friends Central. Maura Hendrickson on the run. Good look for Connolly, and she gets the roll. So the 2 future Drexel Dragons on the floor connecting.
24, Kate Connolly.
First bucket for Connolly out of Saracen High School. 8-point lead, 1 minute remaining here in the second quarter. Suburbs with the lead, City with the basketball. Katie May in the corner, around a screen. Tries the pick and roll, gets it to Gora. The step through off the glass, no good. Cypress with a strong rebound. Hendrickson the other way for the Suburbs, already with an 8-point advantage. And Hendrickson has her pass stolen away. Britt James out of Abington High goes around Cypress, missed on the finger roll. And now the Suburbs get the rebound. Hendrickson inside over Katie May. A little bit too strong. Rebound by Gora. Up ahead to Britt James. She stepped back. 3, right wing, no good. Rebound Connolly. 20 seconds to go here in the second quarter. 8-point lead for the Suburbs, and they've got the ball. O'Brien, good crossover. The runner off the glass, too strong. Got her own rebound, put back, no good. Got it again, and she was fouled this time. And it was not 3rd time's a charm for O'Brien, but she will go to the line for 2 with 9.4 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. What a great career for Taylor O'Brien, over 1,000 career points at Plymouth White Marsh, and she will be playing Division I basketball at a really good mid-major program at Bucknell. Highly recruited. From what I heard, got some high major D1 looks, but decided to go mid-major at the end of the day. 1 of 2 for O'Brien. Missed the first, got the second. Last shot here for the City team before halftime. They're down 9, 36-27. Katie May, step back 3, drills it. And with 1 second remaining, O'Brien, her heave, did not get it off, and it fell short. So at the half, the Suburbs lead the City team 36-30 here in the 31st Annual All-Star Labor Classic here at the University of the Sciences.
All right, halftime here at the University of the Sciences at the Bobby Morgan Arena, the 31st Annual All-Star Labor Classic. We'll take a 30-second break and then return to the live broadcast. Wayne Miller from the Philadelphia Building Trades will join us, and we'll learn a lot about the history of this All-Star Labor Classic back in a moment.
Hi, this is Dick.
Classic as we come to you from Bobby Morgan Arena on the campus of the University of the Sciences. Halftime of the Girls All-Star Game, followed by the Boys All-Star Game, which will follow this game, and of course the game that was played before the Girls All-Stars and before the Boys All-Stars. The labor community playing the Philadelphia members of the Philadelphia media, and I bring in Wayne Miller, who joins us here. And of course, the last time I spoke with Wayne Miller across the Jacob Media Radio Network was at the PCL Basketball Championships at the Palestra. We talked about what this event was going to be, and once again, Wayne, I welcome you into the microphone, and you were spot on, dead bullseye. This game, what this means is absolutely incredible.
Exactly, Joe. I mean, we appreciate the athletes helping us to raise money for Blossom. It's a great cause. This year, again, we'll raise $150,000 for the one-day event. But it's more than that. It's our giving back to the community from the Philadelphia Building Trades, and also, as you know, that little traditional thing that we do at the end of the game. One of the clients from UCP end up winning the game for Labor, which Labor plays media. It's a traditional thing, and it makes the children that make that basket a star. And I believe everybody should be a star once in their life, no matter what you do and what walk of life you're in, and it just makes the children so happy to be a part of this, and that makes the whole thing worthwhile for the labor doing
to borrow the musical close of the NCAA basketball championships. One shining moment for that individual today. And Wayne, I had goosebumps last year. I have goosebumps again now, just thinking about and watching it unfold, and everybody here in the arena applauding. Just a real special moment.
You know, it's fantastic, and then that's what this game's about. It's having the athletes help us raise money, but it's for the children and people that have the terrible disease that they have. But the thing is that we want to make it we want to make their lives normal here at this game, and the little boy that was sitting with me, he sits next to me while I coach a team. I'm not much of a coach. I just stand around and talk to everybody. But he is so excited, and everybody high fives him coming off the court. He's the main event for all the players, from the media to the labor guys, and it's what it's all about. And we just love that, and especially with our scholar athletes, which is a great game here. What's the score?
36-30 at halftime, and a lot of good athletes on the floor. A lot of D1 commits out there, and a lot of commits, which is always the case for the All-Star Labor Classic. As I walked into the main area of the gymnasium here at the University of the Sciences, the big boards, Wayne, with the pictures of the history, of this game, going back to the days when this game was played at the Spectrum, to all of the magical moments. It was great to see John Doherty in a lot of those photos. I feel him here today, although he was unable to be here today. Certainly an influential part of it as well.
Let me tell you something. Doc runs it. He's the business manager of Building Trades, and Doc puts all this together. Again, I'm just standing in for him today because he has certain issues that he has to take care of with his family, and which we all understand. And but the thing is, even though he ain't here, everything about this game is his presence. Every jersey that the kids are wearing, every sweatshirt that people have, all the different props, to getting the referees. He does it all. He goes a million miles an hour, and he's really stepped up his game with this, and really making this a great charity, and because there's nothing too much for him, and he does a great job, and he's my man. He's
Talking with Wayne Miller from the Philadelphia Building Trades, halftime of Game 1 of 2 across the Jacob Media Radio Network. Of course, you're listening on News Talk 990, and we're also streaming the game live on Facebook Live. So if you miss any of the action, you'll be able to go back and watch the video. I know a lot of the players who participate in the game love the video link that they get a chance to watch after the fact. Wayne, when we came on the air today at the top of the hour at 1 o'clock, Pat Eiding was here, and I had Pat on the broadcast, and I asked Pat why the union community seemed to be so reluctant to shine the spotlight on an event that might be perhaps one of the best fundraising events in the city of Philadelphia. I truly believe that. When I see all of the different ways that this game impacts so many different people, yet they're standing behind it all, is a labor union community that refuses to put the spotlight on itself.
It's not about us. It's about helping the children and young adults that have a disease, and why should we be in the middle of it? We take care of everything and make sure that we can raise the money, but we don't need to be in there. I mean, the thing is that, you know, it's better to be behind the scenes. And again, it's better to give and to receive anything, and we don't need no pats on the back or anything like that, as long as we get help for whatever we can do for these children and young adults. And that's the whole deal, and that's how all of us feel. You know, we don't need to be in the spotlight. The thing is that we do things because we want to do things, and we believe that we should give back. In all walks of life with our members, we make sure our members are taken care of with pensions and health care and have a decent retirement. But we don't go bragging about that, and like this, it's better that we stay in the back, and people know that, you know, we do it, but that's fine. You know, it's better to stay in the back. I mean, we want everything focused on the athletes and the children and young adults that are afflicted with cerebral palsy, and for us to get in there, it means nothing.
Well, if you don't mind me saying, or if you don't mind me doing it, every time I get a big megaphone, I'm going to do it, you know, because I just truly believe that the positive impact and the changing the lives of so many people, many that you'll never know, is just incredible to me.
And the thing is that that's what we're brought into this world to do, Joe. We're brought into this world to take care of people. We were not brought into this world to go against people. We believe in helping everyone, and that's everybody, from every business manager to every business agent to every member of our unions. That's what we feel. And you can see all the union participants, all the members coming out to play. They know they're only going to play 2 or 3 minutes, but it's the tradition of this. It is our charity, Joe. Nobody else's charity, okay? And everything we earn, everything we make goes to the charity. Nobody takes a cut here. None of that stuff, okay? Because that's one thing we're against. We want everything to go to the charity, and then the people that do businesses with the unions, the vendors, and people that work with us, and all the unions support this charity event big time. It's something that we want to do, and again, you know, everybody wants to give back to someone else that's less fortunate than us. And that's how we look at it.
Wayne Miller joining us here at halftime of game number 1 of 2. We've got a good basketball game going on right now at halftime. Remember, the boys' game will follow. Wayne, I know you got a lot of running around, a lot of hands to shake, but as I let you go, and I say thank you for allowing me to be just play a small role and be a part of the All-Star Labor Classic, I thank you very much, sir. On behalf of the Delaware Valley, I thank you, and I thank the entire community.
We appreciate everything you do for us. Without having you here, it doesn't get out to everyone else, and it's amazing with the streaming and everything like that. We appreciate it, Joe.
All good stuff. That's Wayne Miller from the Philadelphia Building Trades. We'll take a 30-second break. We'll come back to the University of the Sciences in Bobby Morgan Arena when we come back. The third quarter, back in a moment. And back here live on News Talk 990. It's the 31st Annual All-Star Labor Classic presented by the Philadelphia Building Trades. Special thanks to Wayne Miller, my halftime guest here on News Talk 990 across the Jacob Media radio network. Well rested during halftime. Had a nice cold bottle of water, and he's got the voice back in play as the second half is underway. We go back to the voice of the All-Star Labor Classic and the voice of Philadelphia basketball, Ari Bluestein. Ari?
Thank you very much, Krause. And as we resume play here in the third quarter, the City team with a bucket to start the quarter. So it is now 36-32. It was 36-30 at the half. Real quick, we'll go through the first half scoring, some highlights for the Suburban team. Mackenzie Gardler had 7, Mara Hendrickson had 5, and Nia Garrison had 4. For the City team, 6 points for Bridget Archidiacono, and a lot of players had 3. Mackenzie Tinner had 4, who's back in the game right now. So City with the basketball, and then they steal it. Suburban creating the turnover. Molly Massiantonio and Archbishop Carroll on the run. And here's a deep 3, no good for Alexa Nasons. And a traveling violation called on the City team. And don't forget, coming up, we will have a very special presentation here at midcourt of Bobby Morgan Arena here at U Sciences. And then immediately following that will be the boys All-Star game. So stay tuned for that right here across the Jacob Media Radio Network, as that deep 2 falls short for Nasons, and now the City team on the run. 6:23 to go here in the third. Not a lot of scoring so far here in the period. And trying to change that is Kayla Russell with her first bucket inside. And it's a 2-point game. Suburbs in the lead. Massiantonio has the ball for the Suburban All-Stars. Going in against Archidiacono, the kick out. And another kick out to Massiantonio in the corner. And her long 2 is no good off the pass from Danny D'Ambrosio. And here comes the City team the other way. They could tie it with a 2. Here's a nice good look down low. Kayla Russell with a reverse, no good. And right there to put it back up and in is Bridget Archidiacono with her 4th field goal. She's got 8 to lead all scorers, and we are tied at 36 with 5:38 to go here in the third. Here in the 31st Annual All-Star Labor Classic here in the girls All-Star game. 3 is short for Catherine Polisano out of Germantown Academy, and it grazed the front rim and it trickles out of bounds. And it will go back to the City, and here's a deep 2 from the corner for Tinner, which is off the mark. Suburbs with the rebound. The pass up ahead, not able to be handled by Nasons. She gets the ball back after a mad scramble for it, and now the layup is no good, missed by D'Ambrosio out of Ridley High School. Tied at 36, and then the transition pass is stolen away by Jennifer Krimp out of Jenkintown for the Suburb team, and she lays it up and in, going around the big center for the City team, Mackenzie Tinner. 6 points now for Krimp, and Suburbs back in front by 2, 38-36. Kayla Russell, the runner, with a left hand off the glass. Her second field goal, both coming here in the second half. She's got 4. We're tied back up at 38, 4.5 to play here in the third quarter. Massiantonio driving in, splitting the D, and she was fouled on a strong drive as she was fouled by Bridget Archidiacono out of Archbishop Wood. So Molly Massiantonio, who hit an early 3-pointer in the first quarter, will go to the line for 2. Massiantonio missing the first. Molly Massiantonio really had a strong year for the Archbishop Carroll Patriots. They lost in the semifinals to the Newman Goretti Saints on a buzzer-beating 3 from Newman Goretti. And then Archbishop Carroll used that momentum of a great PCL playoffs into the state tournament, where they advanced to the state semifinal at the 5A level. Lost in the semifinals, but a great run by Massiantonio and the Archbishop Carroll Patriots. 1 of 2, by the way, for Massiantonio. She missed the first, made the second. And the City team went back the other way, and the Suburbs stole the ball. And now we have a foul in transition, and it will stay with the Suburbs. But before the Suburbs will get the ball back, wholesale substitutions, 10 in, 10 out. For the Suburbs, back in, it's Gardler, Connolly, Heineman, Conroy, and Garrison. For the City team, Brusha, Margulis, McCurdy, Gora, and Morgan back in. Net runner no good by Conroy out of Gwynedd Mercy Academy. City with a rebound. They're down by 1. Midway point of the third quarter. Up and under no good by Gora. Good interior defense by Carly Heineman, also out of Gwynedd Mercy. Gardler on the run. The kick out. Conroy lines up a 3 off the mark. Rebound was had by Margulis, but it was knocked away by Garrison. And now a 3 by Gardler is off the mark, and Garrison committing the foul on the rebound. So we'll go back to the City All-Stars with 3:43 to play in the third quarter. City down 1, 39-38. Suburbs had a 6-point lead at the half. Reverse layup no good for Danielle McCurdy. Rebound by Kate Connolly. Conroy. Now to Heineman. The Gwynedd Mercy teammates trying to do a little two-man game, but Gora coming up with the steal. She had other ideas. And Juliana Gora out of St. Basil Academy getting the steal, trying to go in for the layup, and then she was fouled by Heineman. So that will send Juliana Gora to the line for 2. St. Basil out of District 1, the St. Basil Academy located in Jenkintown, right outside of Fox Chase in Northeast Philadelphia. And first free throw is no good for Gora. St. Basil always a solid competitor out of District 1 in the mid-level PIAA classifications. 1 of 2 for Gora. She is now on the board. Missed the first, got the second, and we are tied at 39. So quite a few ties here in the second and third quarter. 3:10 remaining here in the third. Heineman finds Nia Garrison, who drills the 3, top of the key. 7 now for Garrison. She breaks the tie. Suburbs up 3. Good pump fake by McCurdy. She goes in and missed the layup. Look, everything looked good except the finish, and Connolly clears the glass for the Suburbs. Gardler, fake on the 3. Garrison, she's going to launch it from the corner. And Nia Garrison, back-to-back triples. Garrison out of Monsignor Bonner, Archbishop Pendergrast High School. Quickly, the Suburbs back up to a 6-point advantage. Running layup no good from McCurdy. Rebound, Gardler on the run. Hits Connolly on the baseline. Step back, baseline jumper short. Erin Morgan might have got a piece of it. City comes away with a rebound. Gora up ahead to Morgan. Going in through the lane around Gardler and missed the layup, but Gardler saved it before it went out of bounds, but it went right to Samantha Brusha out of Abington High School, and she drops it in. In transition, the spin move, turnaround, no good for Nia Garrison. Rebound by Gora of the City team. 45-41, Suburbs up 4. Gora with the drive in transition. Went around the defender, was fouled, missed the layup, but she's going to go back to the line for 2 more. Heineman committing the foul again for the Suburban team. 1:57 remaining here in the third quarter. City down by 4, 45-41. Suburbs have led for a majority of this game. And Gora gets the roll on the first free throw. 45-42 is now the score. City down 3 with a chance to cut into the lead a little bit more. Could not get the roll on the second. Rebound by Connolly. On the run, here's Maura Conroy. Back outside, a little bit low for Connolly, but she's able to pick it up. Now dribbling to her right at the corner. Entry pass Garrison, turnaround, left-handed hook, partially blocked by Danielle McCurdy. Suburbs keep it. Connolly, the pump fake at the wing, steps in, deep 2, or a mid-range 2, I should say, and she hits it from about 12 feet away. Connolly's second bucket, she's got 4. Suburbs up 5. Quick 3 by Becca Margulis of the City team. And now they get the ball back after Margulis missed it. Got the offensive rebound. She's going to have another opportunity. Missed it again. And skying for the rebound was Maura Conroy. Conroy on the run for the Suburban team. Connolly, one more. Stepping into a 3 is Carly Heineman. It's off the front rim, but the long floorboard comes out to Mackenzie Gardler. Goes into the lane. Kick out. It's another 3 from Garrison. This one is off the mark. And the rebound by Samantha Brusha. Under a minute remaining here in the third. Gora going in, blocked by Connolly. Connolly at 6'1" with some length, blocks the shot. Suburbs the other way. Layup no good for Nia Garrison. Got her own rebound. Count it, and the foul as she was fouled and hit the deck. And Nia Garrison, who had 4 points in the first half, already with 8 points all here in the third quarter. So with 42.4 seconds remaining, Nia Garrison at the line for one for the old-fashioned three-point play. Suburbs have a 7-point lead, and Nia Garrison has scored 8 of her team's 10 points over the last 2 minutes, make it 9 of her last 11. And it's an 8-point advantage for the Suburban team, 50-42. Deep three taken from the wing, and it's an air ball. And the rebound, though, saved by Juliana Gora. Good hustle. Now slipping behind the D and dropping it in. Inside the lane is Samantha Brusha, and she was the one who missed that deep three a moment ago. 20 seconds remain here in the third, and a good drive by Maura Conroy, who drops it in off the glass with the left hand. 12 seconds remaining here in the third. City ball, they're down 8. Gora had it knocked away, steal by the Suburbs. 5 seconds to go. Gardler into the front court. And we have a foul. No shot attempt by Conroy. A foul as Gardler was racing up the floor. So the clock is stopped at 2.7 seconds remaining here in the third. Suburbs leading 52-44. Inbound here. Garrison looking. Finds Gardler in the corner. Takes a three, and it's off the mark. And that'll do it for the third quarter. So we're through 3 quarters of play here in the Girls All-Star Labor Classic, and the Suburbs with an 8-point lead.
All right, good work by Ari Bluestein. 1 quarter to go in the Girls Classic Basketball Championship here today, or the All-Star Game rather. It's the 31st Annual All-Star Labor Classic across the Jacob Media Radio Network, all presented proudly by the Philadelphia Building Trades. Back in a moment. Live at Bobby Morgan Arena on the Jacob Media Radio Network here on News Talk 990. We thank everybody for tuning in. It's the 31st Annual All-Star Labor Classic. Coming up a little bit later on in the broadcast, a very, very large check presentation, which will go to Blossom Philadelphia, which is what this game is all about. Pretty good basketball game, Ari, in the first, the girls' game. Of course, the boys' game to follow, but the good basketball game. Both teams competing hard today.
Yeah, certainly. And again, it's more of a relaxed atmosphere here at U Sciences. And All-Star games are fun, especially after the season is completed. But both teams are hustling. They're trying to drive and draw the contact. And very entertaining game thus far as we head into the fourth quarter here. Just about 40 seconds into the fourth, neither team has scored. Both teams have made a little bit of substitutions as we start the fourth. And now in transition, we have a foul call as Dana D'Ambrosio drove in, and she was fouled by Katie May of Archbishop Wood and the City team. So at the line is Dana D'Ambrosio, the lone Ridley High School representative, and she gets the first one to drop. Suburbs up 9, 53-44. They have led after every quarter of play thus far. City with a couple of ties, couple of minor lead changes, but for the most part, the Suburban All-Stars have been in control as they are now up by 10, 54-44, and I believe this is our first double-digit lead of the game. City team with the basketball. Cheryl Ramoldi out of St. Basil with it. Now over to Nija Moody out of New Foundations. Katie May, top of the key, has her pass knocked away and stolen by D'Ambrosio. In transition, Taylor O'Brien with the left hand off the glass, and it's good. And O'Brien now with 5, and it's a 12-point lead for the Suburbs. City team with the basketball. Britt James over to Cheryl Ramoldi. Ramoldi around the D, and it's stolen. O'Brien saves it, but back to Ramoldi. Katie May for 3 for the City team, and it just barely grazes the front rim and goes out of bounds. And a little bit of a smirk there from Katie May, who's had a phenomenal career at Archbishop Wood, and she will be playing college basketball as well as many of these other young student athletes on the floor right now. Great look down low as Hendrickson drops it in for two off a laser of a pass from D'Ambrosio. 58-44, and it was not too long ago at the end of the third that this game was tied at 39. And the City missing a layup. That was Grimaldi on the miss. O'Brien back the other way for the up ahead. O'Brien goes in, fouled hard, and she misses the layup, but she will go to the line for two after the foul committed by Britt James. So Taylor O'Brien, 1 of 2 from the line so far today. Will go back to the line for two. 5 in, 5 out for the City team. We're going to change it up and change their fortune a little bit. O'Brien. Made the first. She will have one more. And got the bounce. So Taylor O'Brien, who had 3 points at the half, has 6 points here in the second for a total of 9. It's an 18-point advantage for the Suburbs, 62-44. Here's a three for the City team off the mark for Samantha Bruscia. Offensive rebound by Denisha Wilson out of Auden Reed. Charter, the running floating shot, no good. Offensive rebound, and her putback is no good for Kayla Russell. And clearing the glass for the Suburbs finally is Brianna Cypress. Into the corner, it's a Jennifer Kremp three, a little bit short. And chasing down the rebound is Erin Morgan out of Archbishop Wood for the City team. Into the corner, this is Mackenzie Tinner. No good on the deep two. And the rebound by Maura Hendrickson out of Cardinal O'Hara. And her pass up ahead intended for Kremp is knocked out of bounds by Erin Morgan. So 4:38 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Here's a lob inside, wide open underneath, and dropping it in for two is Dina D'Ambrosio. Her first field goal, she's got 4. 20-point lead for the Suburbs, 4.5 to play. And here's another three, Bruscia. Off the mark, Kremp with a rebound. Jennifer Kremp, the Jenkintown Drake and Class A state champ, finds Taylor O'Brien down low, and she drops it in again. And a 22-point lead for the Suburbs, and with that, a quick substitution timeout. Suburbs getting 5 new players onto the floor. Catherine Polisano, Molly Messi Antonio, Alexa Nasons, Nia Garrison, and Carly Heineman, all coming back into the game for the Suburbs with a comfortable 22-point advantage here in the fourth quarter. Step back three for Denisha Wilson is off the rim and no good. Messi Antonio with a rebound for the Suburbs. Up ahead to Carly Heineman out of Gwynedd Mercy Academy. And here's a three, and it's short for Nia Garrison out of Bonner Prendy. Rebound by Mackenzie Tinner. Wilson through traffic, lays it up and in. First bucket for Denisha Wilson out of Auden Reed Charter out of the Philadelphia Public League. Messi Antonio into the corner. Heineman for 3, off the mark, no good. Rebound bounced around, and the kick out. Suburbs will keep it. Polisano, the runner, got it to drop. 68-46, Suburbs still up 22 as Denisha Wilson splits the D but missed the layup. Suburbs coming back the other way. Messi Antonio in rhythm for 3, off the mark. Floorboard picked up by Alexa Nasons, and she puts it up and off the rim, no good. Rebound by the City team, and Kayla Russell out of Archbishop Ryan splits the D, goes in, draws the contact. And she missed the shot, but she will go to the line for 2. Foul on Alexa Nasons.
The line shooting 2, number 3, Kayla Russell.
So Kayla Russell to the line for 2. The Archbishop Ryan Ragdoll. More substitutions for the City team. Returning to the lineup is Becca Margulis, Bridget Archidiacono, Juliana Gora, and Danielle McCurdy. No good on the first free throw for Russell. She will have one more. And should she make it, it looks like Katie May is ready to come back into the game as a substitution for her. Russell makes the second, and with that, she will exit and makes way for Katie May. 68-47, Suburbs with the 21-point advantage here in the 31st Annual All-Star Labor Classic here at the University of the Sciences Bobby Morgan Arena. Coming up next will be the Boys All-Star Game, so don't you go anywhere here across the Jacob Media Radio Network. That shot was no good for Massey Antonio of the Suburbs, and then the City trying to fast break, but the pass is a little bit too far for Katie May, and it goes out of bounds, and it will be Suburban All-Star Basketball. 2.5 remaining in this one. And as our producer Joe Kraus mentioned a moment ago, don't go anywhere. We've got a great Czech presentation coming up here on 990 AM, as well as streaming on Facebook Live. So make sure you stay tuned right here across the Jacob Media Radio Network upon the conclusion of this girls' all-star game here at U Sciences. Just over 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Suburbs with the basketball, still holding on to a 21-point lead. Spin move, dish down, Massey Antonio fouled, couldn't get it to drop. A nice move by Catherine Polisano out of Germantown Academy. So it will be Molly Massey Antonio back to the line.
The 21, Molly Massey Antonio at the line.
And she makes the first. Massey Antonio now with 5 points. Great year for Archbishop Carroll and Massey Antonio. She's got both. 70-47 is the score. And this game was pretty close in the first 3 quarters. Suburbs led 16-15 at the end of the first, 36-30 at the end of the second, and then about 2 minutes left to go in the third. It was tied at 39, and that's when Nia Garrison and Ivana Prendy hit 2 threes, and then the Suburbs just went off and running from there. Suburbs get the ball back with $1:38 remaining here in the quarter, and the City team steals it back. That was Danielle McCurdy out of Archbishop Ryan. Becca Margulis with it. Bounce pass to Juliana Gora, and she throws it away. Catherine Polisano with the steal. On the run, Heineman, good look. Massey Antonio lays it up and in. 72-47, 1:15 remaining. Margulis off the mark on the 3 for the City team. Massey Antonio the rebound. The outlet is a little bit too far for Polisano, and it goes out of bounds with just over a minute remaining. Coming across the timeline is Becca Margulis for the City team. Katie May. This is Gora. Into the post, Archidiacono. And got the... No, she didn't get the roll. That hung up there for what seemed like a century. Suburban team the other way. Nasons into the corner. It's a Heineman 2. Rebound deflected, and the City team has it. 30 seconds to go. Gora had her shot blocked by Massey Antonio. Loose ball picked up at the midcourt circle by Margulis. Archidiacono. The kick out, Katie May. 15 seconds now remain. City team of the ball down a bunch. Archidiacono 3 from the left wing, short. Massey Antonio with a rebound. Across the timeline, up ahead, it's Polisano, goes in through traffic, 1, and there's the buzzer, and it ends with a Margulis block. But getting the last laugh is the Suburban team, as they defeat the City team 72-47 in a fourth quarter in which the City team only scored 3 points, and the Suburbs just ran away with it. And this concludes the first half of our doubleheader here at U Sciences as part of the 31st Annual All-Star Labor Classic.
All right, well done. Good job, Ari Bluestein, behind the microphone, bringing you all of the play-by-play and all of the action of the 31st Annual All-Star Labor Classic, all presented by the Philadelphia Building Trades. Stay right here on News Talk 990 as we're going to bring you the boys' All-Star Game as well. As Ari had mentioned, we have a very, very, very large Czech presentation that's going to be presented by the Philadelphia Building Trades. It's what this game is all about. It's the 31st annual All-Star Labor Classic. We'll take a 3-minute break and pay some bills and then come back to the University of the Sciences in the Bobby Morgan Arena. Back in a moment.
Welcome back here across the Jacob Media Radio Network. I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here as we get set for the boys game. And before we start talking about the boys, I wanted to bring in one of the stars from the girls All-Star game, and it's Plymouth Whitemarsh senior Taylor O'Brien. Taylor, thanks for joining us here on air here on 990 AM.
No problem.
So you got to play in the girls game, and it was really, I guess, your last game as a high school player. How great was that to get to play with some players that you played against all year?
It was just great to see everybody who was giving their all and playing their best when we were all working together and everything.
We're going to take a quick time out here during the national anthem, and when we come back, we will pick up our conversation here with Taylor O'Brien. Back in a moment. And welcome back to the University of the Sciences, live here for the 31st annual All-Star Labor Classic. I'm Ari Bluestein, and the boys All-Star game about to begin, but we'll pick up with our special guest here in the booth, Taylor O'Brien out of Plymouth Whitemarsh High School. And Taylor, thank you again for joining me, and I know that you really had a chance to reflect on playing in this game, but you had a phenomenal career at PW. Over 1,000 points, right? 2,000 points. Oh, I'm sorry, I shorted you 1,000, my goodness. And you'll be going on, I believe, to play at Bucknell, right?
Yes.
I mean, are you excited to play some Division I basketball?
I'm so excited. Just to have this opportunity is an amazing opportunity, and everybody was supporting me throughout all of my years, and everybody just wanted to see our whole team succeed and me succeed, which is awesome.
And the cool thing is about today's game, you played against players that you played against all year, played with some players that you played with all year. Once you get to the next level, a lot of the faces we saw on the floor, you might be seeing them a little bit in basketball. Is that exciting to continue to compete against the players you play here in high school? And I'm sure you played in a lot of all-star games as well. Where does an event like this, where you raise $150,000 for United Cerebral Palsy, where does this kind of fit into all the games you played in your high school career?
I mean, it's just surreal. Like, everybody just is I can't even explain it.
Now, did you get a chance to see the Media versus the Union game at all and get to see the finish to that game? They had a moment where they lifted up a young girl with cerebral palsy, and she made the game-winning basket. I think that's what this game is all about, right?
It is all about that. It's just about the support for everybody and all of the supporters and all of the people and parents that came and watched our games and took the time out of their day and to come and support us. This is what it's all about.
Well, and that is what it's all about. But at the same time, it's good to get a win. And your team, the Suburban team, pulled away at the end of the third quarter and in the fourth quarter. You had a lot of great steals, a lot of great layups. I'm sure, again, it's an all-star game. It's all about the charity, but it's got to feel good to win, right?
It is.
Well, Taylor O'Brien out of Plymouth Whitemarsh High School joining us here across the Jacob Media Radio Network. I'll let you get back to your family. Enjoy the game. Thanks so much for taking 5 minutes out of your time to talk to us.
Thank you.
Taylor O'Brien out of Plymouth Whitemarsh High School headed to Bucknell.